Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. A general form of greeting when you travel into the Himalayas. My name is Mariska, and I've been passionately involved in the travel industry for the last 25 years. It's taken me to beautiful places. I recently traveled down or up to Everest Base Camp. At an altitude of about 5,000 meters, I suffered altitude sickness. It is called a high altitude cerebral edema, very technical. It just means that my brain started swelling, and the end result of that is fatal. The only way to save a climber at that altitude is to bring you down to safety and to a lower altitude as soon as possible. Now, I had a fantastic travel agent, and I had a fantastic team to assist me in bringing me down from that horrible, horrible night. I'm going to show you a very short clip of a passenger. I must say, when I looked at the clip myself, I actually felt a bit emotional because the helicopter landed straight on the point where I was airlifted. And I'm here with you today. I hope I don't upset anybody in the audience, but this passenger, just to show you the importance of an assistant team, did not make that altitude.
Or training run.
And that is the reality of Everest and any other trip that you might go on, is what is your support team when things do go wrong. And sadly, this passenger picked up exactly from the same spot, did not survive. Now with 9/11, with the commission cuts in the industry, and with the birth of online booking tools and websites, we are facing a very challenging time within the travel industry, and especially as travel agents. Through my recent trip with Everest and many other trips that I've done with groups and with others, I've come to realize that there are 3 areas that are very important and which I feel a travel agent is still relevant in your life in making a success of any one of your future trips. By a show of hands in the room, has anybody ever traveled and you've had some form of hiccup? Maybe a hotel, a flight, a car rental that wasn't booked. So we've all experienced, hopefully not that severe, but we've all experienced some form of hiccup when we do travel because things do go wrong. Now for me, there are 3 areas of importance. And the first one is price, that I'm going to touch on. The second one is experience and expertise. And the third one is relationships. The most important 3 things that I find a travel agent is still relevant in your life today. Now I'm going to touch on price. I know with customers this always gets a bit wiggly when you say, ooh, travel agents and price, what do they do with all our money? So let's quickly just cover that portion first. Now there's a small booking fee that we charge, normally a nominal fee, but you're paying that to a travel agent that is somebody who has studied, a professional, either a degree or national diploma, and you're paying that to a travel agency to keep their staff updated and trained at all times. And that is what you need from a passenger side. Also in the training industry and also in the travel industry, we also receive a commission from some of our suppliers, not from the airlines anymore, but from our hotels, cruise liners, and some of the tour operators still provide us with a commission. Now those suppliers, please don't be concerned about those fees from your side. You won't get that as a discount as a customer. We actually just get that because we actually do the heavy lifting for the operators to get the passengers to purchase their product. So that's the one on price. The other one to remember is that when you're booking through a website, the supplier only shows on the screen what they want you to see. You might arrive at the hotel that you've booked for you and your family, once in a lifetime vacation, and the rooms that you saw on the website doesn't quite look like the room that you are standing in now. The room on the website was overlooking a beautiful ocean, and you're in a room that's overlooking the dumpster. Or you're on a cruise liner and you're in a room that's situated right underneath a 24-hour disco, instead of a room where you can actually get some sleep when you need to. So that is price out the way. The second one that is very important to us is expertise. Now we know in the travel industry that you've all become mini travel consultants. We realize that and we embrace it because we are sharing knowledge and we love it. We find at the moment that about 65% of passengers do online searches. This is now for one holiday of 7 days. So 65% of passengers will search online. They go to about 38 websites. They spend approximately 16 weeks researching their trip in order to go away for 7 days. Now, somewhere in there it doesn't make sense. Now, for us, what's important with expertise is that I'm not sure what you do on a daily basis, but you've obviously studied, you're very good at your job, and that is what you do from an 8 to 5 portion. But that is what we do from 8 to 5. You might have a trip that you've planned once or twice a year. Some of our business delegates in the room might be traveling once or twice per week, and you are very au fait with travel, you think. But remember that we do this work every single day, and we're passionately involved in every single booking, which makes a big difference. On a training portion with expertise, remember that the travel industry is very fickle and very different to any other industry because regulations in countries, new suppliers, airlines change every single day. And we keep ourselves updated with training, webinars, on-site websites, and we keep our staff trained at all times. Now, I'd like to ask you, maybe I've given it away with the pictures, eh? Just the 2 routings that you think in the world, one routing, between 2 cities is the most lucrative in the whole world. So airlines actually fight about this routing. We can imagine why Richard Branson is the man he is today. And British Airways, that's the most lucrative route. And that is between New York and London. So for that option, if you're sitting at home with your slippers and your pajamas, and you are looking at getting yourself from New York to London, there are over 3 billion routes and prices available on the internet. That is a lot of information to sift through for you to get to exactly the right product. With the right price, it's going to best suit your needs. Please remember now, I've said 3 billion. They're not all good. So don't quote me afterwards. I never said they're good routings. The last one I'm going to touch on is relationships. This is one that I'm very passionately about. And this is the one for me when I watched the Everest clip. Even now, I had a feeling in my heart because I know that could have been me. The most important thing about relationships, it was a travel agent who actually contacted the insurance company who I had a policy with that actually saved my life. And I'm here today. So for me, I'm very grateful regarding that. The relationships in travel is very fickle. Remember that little buy button on your online website? As soon as you press that, there's no comeback, point 1. Regarding a change, a cancellation, or a refund, there's actually nobody to phone. But more than that, there's actually nobody to phone when things go horribly wrong. And believe me, they can. After all my years of travel, I never thought that I'd be in that same chopper, ever. Now, what's good to remember is that we actually form good relationships with all the suppliers in the market. We maintain them, and we find that very important. So just in closing, your best fit, I'm not saying the cheapest price, but the best fit for you regarding all the policies and cancellations that there are available to keep you fully abreast with everything. And we are the relationships managers with the suppliers, which makes the big difference, believe me, when you need it the most. And in the famous words of Nashua, the travel agent, still saving you time, saving you money, and putting you first. Thank you.